to what we are doing when it returns to as it pertains to the 401k situation. I want to give you some background on how public relations, brand impacts, how these things really impact not only your investments, but also the things that you don't pay attention to when it comes to your investment strategy, what you're really aligning to as far as an energetic situation is concerned. What I mean by energy, a lot of us don't align with certain activities that people make, and we feel compelled to align everything that we do with these organizations because we feel like it's the best investment strategy. And I want to let you know that's one of the biggest traps that you don't have to fall into ever again. More specifically, what I want to illuminate to you is when you have situations like massive leaks or massive breaches or any kind of informational intelligence that will provide a impact to a brand, a company, or an organization, it's going to impact the valuation of that organization. This can be considered the same thing when you're thinking about mergers and acquisitions, when a company's going to acquire another company, when you're looking at companies that are looking to join or do a business to business engagement. You want to look at the valuation, you want to look at what kind of relationships the organization has with different organizations, political campaigns, because that gives you a sense and a taste on understanding of what the company stands on from a business perspective. Now, if you're not paying attention to these insights and these micro movements, then you're slowly aligning yourself into the box of ignorance. And that's not what anybody wants to be a part of. We want everybody to be a part of the knowing tribe. We want you to know what's going on. We want you to understand what you're investing in. So, the purpose of my last post on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on X was to illuminate to you because of these recent breaches, because of these recent revelations from Instagram, from the Epstein situation, you're going to see a lot of companies take negative impacts to their valuation because people are going to start removing their funds, removing their investments because they're going to say, hey, you're the CEO of X, Y, and Z. You are in that data breach or in that release of Epstein files. I don't think I want to align with that vibrational energy anymore. So I'm going to withdraw a lot of my investments. And when you see withdrawals take place, you're going to start seeing that impact to the brand, to the organization, to the valuation of the organization or company. And subsequently, when you have these impacts, you're also going to see that impact take a very big hit when it comes to your investment strategy for your 401k. And I wanted you to understand the totality of that scenario because nobody's going to reach out and send you an email inside of your work email and say, hey, due to the at least the recent Epstein breaches, we're going to see a big impact to how the value of your mutual fund is really playing inside of your 401k portfolio. So, what we decided to do inside of our Skool platform today was to give you a bit of insight on how you can move your 401k without incurring taxes to a self defined IRA where you can also just go ahead and align your IRA with actual gold, with actual silver, with actual commodities, not EFTs or tickets or receipts and saying, oh, listen, you're investing in this and we're going to give you a piece of paper that says we owe you. No, 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 no. The IRS has already quantified and validated that you can indeed buy gold and silver through a registered safe and a registered holder, which we put inside of our Skool platform so that you can make the right conscious decisions about the commodities that you are investing in. A lot of you may have religious backgrounds and religious beliefs where you're saying to yourself, hey, listen, I don't really align with people who may do things to younger children, or I don't align with people who don't care about women's rights. I don't align with people. Okay. But yet you say that, but your 401k portfolio is littered with organizations that are completely against females or completely, and I'm making these up as examples. I'm not giving you any valid or accurate statements from any empirical research that I've done. I'm giving you insights that will give you an insight on how you can make your own conscious decisions strategically to ensure that you're not aligning your finances and your currencies with people, places, or things that don't align with your values. And in today's world, it's very important that we stand on everything that we do, every single thing that we decide to invest in, everything that we decide to engage in. We want to ensure that we are aligning our investment strategy, our energetic currency, our social capital with the energetic vibrations that match and align with our pattern of life. A lot of us are already pulled into these investment strategies or pulled into associations because we feel as if we need to be in alignment with what the crowd's doing. And now is the time not to do that. Now is the time to be independent in your investment strategies. While you should invest in things that you have quantified and done your research on and done your own evaluation on whether or not there is validation to the investment that you're going to be making, and not just relying on a consultant or somebody to give you insights, you should also understand what your money is going towards. A lot of people may not align with the situation in the Congo. They may not align with the way that people are being exploited in other countries, but yet you invest in these tech companies that perpetuate and facilitate the negativity that you see in these worlds. You have the power and the agency right now to start making conscious decisions about where your money goes. Everything is about power, education, knowledge, leveraging those three to make your own agency in the world. And that's what we're here for, to create the agency, to give you the ability to think your own, to make your own conscious decisions based off of the intelligence of your own, not being force fed something into your feed that makes you be more toxic in your mental faculties when you're making decisions. That's the whole purpose of this construct. So I just want to give everybody that information. If you haven't joined the school, if you haven't gone to our school environment and looked at the multitude of videos that we give you on privacy, security, mergers and acquisition, business to business development, looking at vulnerability assessment, personal patterns of life assessment, all of these things are giving you agency to live your life in a much more free way. You have a great, fantastic, blessed, and abundant day. Oh, yeah.